Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2022. Yay. I am Lisa Daly, and with me, as always, is the amazing, the fantastic, the awesome Caro Brown. And this is the very first BOOZY Planner-O-Rama for 2022. So we're very excited. For those of you who are new today to the BOOZY Planner-O-Rama, we do this once a month on the first Sunday night of the month, so that we can all sort of plan our month together. What are you drinking tonight, Caro?
Oh, well, I'm the designated streamer, so I have
You're
the very
designated
exquisite
streamer.
water. I
Thank
brought the
God.
stickers and liquor.
There you go. Fantastic. You got the stickers. I've got the liquor. I'm drinking Prosecco tonight, so I'm very excited about that. Cheers to everybody who is here. Oh, I should have a drink if I'm going to say cheers.
If you really want to, right?
I only really do. Okay, so hi, I'm Lisa Daly, author of rom-com and nonfiction, and with me is Caro. Caro, would you care to introduce yourself as folks filter in today?
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, my name is Caro Brown. I'm an urban fantasy writer, and I wrote those books on the wall over there. So if you're curious, those are totally out in the world for you. I'm also a tarot card enthusiast, so I like to collect tarot cards and geek out over the art, or basically complain about the art. So it really depends. And the only reason I say that is because earlier this week I literally spent 3 hours pre-recording a whole bunch of tarot card deck reviews, which my husband was exceptionally happy about, because the deal was that I can't get more tarot card decks until I do the review of the ones that I have. So 3 hours. It took 3 hours.
That'll teach him. Mr. Brown, you're a lovely human being. I think that's fantastic. Speaking of Caro and tarot, I feel like, do we have some exciting news? Like, I'm looking into the future. I feel like I see something exciting coming for 2022.
Or you went to my channel and saw that I had a premiere video up. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. As you know, I always do love a good reading. So look who's here. We have some friends in the house. Let's say hello, which is amazing because I have not, I'm glad you sent this out because I have not sent it out, but I'll try and do that. Caro was first. Yay. Mary Wimbley's here. Hello, Mary. We are very excited. Let us know have you started on your planning yet, you guys? Are you starting tonight? Like, what's your biggest goal this year? Let's talk about that. All right. JC is here. Hello, JC. We are super, super glad to see you today. Yay. All right. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. Mary's here. Hello. We are very glad to see you. Jennifer's here. Hey, Jennifer Brown. Very nice to see you. Banu Bright is here. All right. We love this new name. Do you love this pen name? I really do.
I love everything about her. So
yeah.
Our books are going to get married, even though I know you changed the cover, but it's still the same book to me. Okay.
There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Cool Gamers here. Hello. We are so glad to see you today. Jeannie says, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year to you. I hope everybody's having a good New Year so far.
We're on day 2. It's day 2.
It's looking good to me. I think it's looking good.
Yes.
Barrett Laurie's here. Hello, darling. We are so glad you made it here today. Sky is here.
Ooh. Hey, Sky.
Hey, Sky. We're glad to see you. I'm sorry. I think I forgot to send you the link, Sky. So I apologize. Caro, if you want to forward it, if Sky's available, you can go.
I'm like, wait, how do I do this again? I know how to do it. I got you.
You got it. You've got this. Barrett, Happy New Year. I'm drinking water and brought some peanut M&Ms. Very, very nice. I'm drinking Prosecco. I do not have any candy, but I wish I did. Always. I'm going to try and eat less candy for 2022. We'll see how that goes. That's a soft goal. So there you go. All right. You guys, let's see who else came in. Okay. Sky says, I need a glass of wine after the shenanigans that have continued into the new year at work. Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm like
All
sitting
right.
here like, I know so many ways to contact Sky. I'm like, which one's the most effective?
Which way? I know. Barrett, sorry to hear that. Everybody's here. Benny says, still got to check out those tarot vids. I feel like we have a new one coming up. Tarot, isn't that true? Do you have a new tarot video coming up?
Yeah, I have the January one. And then I don't know what's going to happen after that, because I thought what we could do is I could spend some time today trying to plot out my YouTube stuff. It was kind of funny because I was like, I'm planning for the planning podcast, because it's like, what can I get planned now? Because I know you and I get really into like certain conversations about planning methods and stuff like that, and then we don't plan as much as we could. So
right, we talk about planning more than, I mean, I'm a big planner. I do plan a lot, but often on the Planner-O-Rama, we're trying to run things. We did start last year doing some little 10-minute sprints, little planner sprints, and I think that helped to sort of pull us back into the planning as well. So so we'll go ahead and do that. Benny Bright, all right. My goal is to get my series on track. Yay. That is an awesome goal. So when you say get your series on track, what do you mean? Write more books? Promote it more? What are you talking about?
you're asking all the good key questions today. Look at you.
I know,
I just
right?
get to sit here and like look cute. I'm like,
We'll take turns. Usually it's the other way around. I'm very proud of you, though. This is absolutely a fantastic, fantastic goal. Barrett, always the cheerleader, says, you can do it. We're super proud of you. Very, very nice. All right. Benny says, really going to go nose to the keyboard. So I'm guessing that means write more books. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let's find out. Okay. Mary has been working on setting up my system for this year. I've got it partially figured out, but need to figure out the rest of it. Well, you do have the master planner here on the stream tonight. So if you have questions, I'm positive Caro has a solution or a spreadsheet for that.
Oh, I mean, I have a spreadsheet for everything.
That's true. That's very true. I'm actually going to do something a little different this year, which I'm very excited about. We're going to talk about it in just a minute. Barrett says figuring out the system is half the battle.
We were just talking about that before we went live, because we had actually made the comment that we were seeing a lot more planning and planner videos this year, and I think it's because everybody's trying to figure out a system that works for them.
Right.
And I think, I can't speak for everybody. I think I spent probably like a good 6 months trying to nail out a system that was functional for me. But anytime I explain it to somebody else, they kind of like start looking like panicked. Right.
Well, so here's the thing. I agree. I feel like I've seen way more, like, Sarah Cannon, aka Heart Breathings. She has always done them, but or at least for several years now. But I feel like planner. Like there are so many this year, and we've been doing this for a little over a year, I think, which is great. I really love.
It'll be 2 years in March, because I think. Yeah, because we started it right after the beverage bug went out, and we wanted to spend more time with each other. And so we were like, let's get drunk and plan.
Right. Because for us, right, that's like the best girlfriend day ever. Drinking and planning. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Planning and drinking.
Yeah. And then I had my mini hiatus for a little while because, moving.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah. And it wasn't, we still did it, but it wasn't as much fun without you. All right. So JC says, yes, it premieres tomorrow.
I think it's Tuesday. It should be on Tuesdays, because it's Tarot Tuesday. Like that was my witty
I love that. I love that. All the above. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Jennifer says, can you DM me on Facebook?
That sounds like something to you. That's how we met.
It is how we met. For you guys who don't know, when I was brand new to AuthorTube, I was visiting a stream. I think it was Tamara's. I think I was like just watching it in the comments, and Caro saw my name pop up, and she was like, "Oh my God, Lisa! Like, read your messages on Facebook." It was and a wonderful friendship was born. Okay, so. Yeah, too goofy. All right. So Jennifer says, my goal is to release the book that was supposed to be released last year. Then I lost my husband. I'm so sorry. And that one's sideways.
That's terrible.
That I'm very glad that you are setting some good goals this year. And I'm so sorry about your husband. That is such a rough thing to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Really rough. So sending you love. I'm very sorry about that. JC said she watched a ton of planner videos because she keeps trying to find the perfect method to be the most effective, but no system is perfect.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Very good. Yeah, Barrett, welcome to my life. Okay, so my question, I have several questions today. Carol, I'm sure, has many, many questions. She's an inquisitive person. My first question that I want to talk about today is, what kind of planner or system are you planning to use this year? So while everybody gives us some answers in the chit chat, can you tell us a little bit about the system you're going to be using this year?
Me?
Yes, you, my co-host.
Oh man. So I normally work in a quarterly goal system where you have 12 to 13 weeks to actually try and get things done. But due to the magnitude of kind of what I've put on my plate, I had to first, I still planned out what I wanted to get done within the quarter. And then once I did that, I also broke it down to what I was going to be able to do within a month of that time frame, and then break that down into daily. So it was like really kind of like getting into the weeds with it. But the reason I did that is because pretty much within the course of a day, because I get to work from home for a little while, I have 8 hours to make the most that I can in order to write more books, publish books, and then kind of work on my author branding a little bit, like getting back out there, letting people see me. And I'm also trying to work on like, the tarot stuff too. So that's another wrench I just decided to throw into the chaos, because why not? So typically 12-week system, but because of everything I'm trying to do, it's monthly right now. And on my channel, I did do the hashtag Hold My Latte 2022, which is an incentive that was started by Mama Ward, or MM Ward, as everybody will probably know. And she basically started this this last year, which was like Hold My Coffee 2021, in order to take all of her unfinished work, finish it, and kind of get it out there in some shape or form, right?
Which she did, right? How many books did she put out?
14.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, because I told you the other day, and you're like, no. And I was like, no, she did. Like, look at this video, man. She got like so many works out, man. I want to be that when I grow up.
It was amazing.
Yes.
But this idea that she took all those books that most people have half done, book in a drawer, that kind of those kind of projects where you've already invested a lot of time, energy, thought into them, and you still think that they're workable projects. And she invested the time to go ahead and finish them. And I think that a lot of times we lose, so much productivity sort of flitting back and forth from project to project. For sure.
Yeah.
So I think I love that.
Yeah, and I think what was really key about what she did is not something that everybody else does. And I guess I want to talk about that a little bit before we dive into a sprint. Is that a lot of times whenever we're trying to be productive, we'll distract ourselves by doing something else that's easier to do, that's not actually related to what it is that we're trying to do. But because we're really striving for like that moment to actually feel like we've accomplished something, we'll forgive ourselves. And sometimes that's, we're still wasting time or money or some kind of resource at that point.
Right.
And I literally just had this conversation with somebody that I work with, because he wanted to go out and do like a whole bunch of other things. And I was like, the big priority is this thing. And so if anything that you're doing isn't related to this thing, then I don't want you to do it.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, and sometimes you really do need to pare down to what is the most important thing. And that was so I've always been really good with accomplishing goals, in that if I wrote it down, this is what I'm accomplishing this year, 99 times out of 100, I would accomplish it. But then 2020 happened. And then 2021 happened. And in 2020, I got nothing done. I literally looked at my list at the end of the year, and I think I got like one teeny tiny thing done, and that was it. And I was very disappointed. And so last year, I eliminated a bunch of stuff. So I made way fewer videos. I did a lot of things, but because it was my priority to get out, to work on the one rom-com I had been working on for a while, and to put out a nonfiction book, and a couple of other things that were really priorities for me. And so and I really focused on that, and I eliminated a ton of stuff that was taking up time but was not getting me closer to those big goals. And I met about 70% of my goals for 2021, which I'm considering, and most of them were pretty stretch kind of goals. So I'm feeling really great about that. And in a normal year, I would be like, oh, failure year, like 70%. That's not like, that's not the way that I normally would perform. However, after 2020, when I got essentially nothing done, I feel like, okay, I had some big goals, but I was really good about focusing on the things that were really important to me. And I got a lot of stuff done. I got some books. I got a book out. I got rights back to a couple of my books, and I've been prepping to get those.
Like the one that you've got the cover behind you on? That cover is so nice. Like I was telling her earlier, it's like I like your other cover, but that one I like more. Like just true honesty.
Yeah. So I'm planning to release 15 Minutes of Shame on my own, which of course this was my first novel published with Penguin. And I always hated the cover, but this is actually the Czech cover, and I bought the rights to it for a US edition, and I got my rights back, and I'm going to be releasing it at the beginning of this year. So I'm super, super excited about that. Okay, Barrett Lori says 2020 and 2021 doesn't count, or at least it shouldn't. So I'm counting the part that I made progress, but yeah, ditto. I agree with that. Okay, so I want to talk about what kind of planner everybody's using. Jeannie says using a simple 5-year planner, trying to break it up into quarters. I think that's great. Barrett is using Google Calendar for writing and goal planning. All right, I think this is an excellent idea, except for the fact that you can't stick stickers on your Google.
You can actually. They've got a thing on there. It's called Google Keep.
What?
Yeah.
Stickers?
I'm the one that drank the Google. Well, not like actual stickers, but they've got like in the Google Notes. It's like you can actually put like pictures on there, and then you can leave notes for yourself. So you can make it a sticker. It's just a digital sticker. Yeah, that's what you really wanted to hear today.
I know. Well, here's the thing, though. So this I find really interesting, right? So he's got Google Calendar for one thing, also have a desk calendar for all of the channel stuff. And I think that I really think that's awesome. I really need to see things on paper, like in order to sort of get my head around them. And so I think that it's really interesting.
It's my big brain moment. It's my big brain moment. So the whole reason that you like to actually work on things. Wait, you told me this the other day. Like we talked about this.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well, then your epiphany is probably right.
Well, yeah, because the whole reason that we end up usually going back to writing stuff on paper, right, is because it triggers the different synapses in our brains that actually makes us use more of our brains. So we usually go back to writing paper, and then we'll transfer it into whatever system that we have. And I just totally knocked something off my wall.
Yes. That is the truth, though. Well, that's such powerful information. It just knocked everything off the walls.
It really did.
Yes. So there's that. Sako's here. Hi, Sako. We're very glad to see you today. All right. So Sako uses her own bullet journal, which I think is fantastic because it's always great if you can customize a system to work for you. Like, customize something that makes you really happy. I love my planner so much from last year that I did it again this year. I am back with the Erin Condren planner. I have switched out some of the pictures, except the hunky picture of the horror geek still there. You'll notice he does not have the big scary beard that he has now, because I like this beard better. So I'm a fiction writer. I can resurrect restaurants that I love that have closed, and I can keep the horror geek with the short beard. That's how I like it.
Oh, did he get full bush?
He has like he'll never change it, and I'll tell you why. Because I swear to God, we cannot go outside. If we go to a restaurant, if we are in the parking lot of the grocery store, some man will invariably stop him and go, "Oh my God, that's an awesome beard!" Like every time we go out. And there's no more powerful thing than that. Like, I cannot tell you.
Praise is powerful. Yes, it is.
And like literally every time. So my little honey, it's too scratchy. That does not hold a candle to the admiration and adulation of these random gentlemen that we encounter everywhere we go. But it's shocking how often. Yeah. I mean, I have like shoes like that where you wear them and you have a million women go, oh, those are so cute. But I don't think I've ever had anyone compliment me for anything the way that people compliment Mike on that beard. Okay. Hi, Sarah. We're so glad you are here today. Very, very good job. All right. So Morgan says what I tell my students, brain processing, right? This is going back to the notes. Exactly. All right. So hold on. Oh my gosh. Gabby's here. Hi, Gabby. Very nice to see you. Barrett says, yes, what Carol said, sticky notes, sort of. Yes, absolutely. Barrett, 5 planners. Teach me your ways, JC Carpenter. All right. JC, I feel like you're like sort of sharing a brain with Carol, because she is the person to me who said that if it's important to you, it needs its own planner, right?
Yeah.
This is why I have a separate publishing planner now from like my regular other stuff life, and which I do use. I do use my iCal on my Mac for like all my other kind of life stuff, and I do have deadlines and things like that on there. But all my publishing plans go in this big Erin Condren planner.
Yeah, I did something like that in Notion because I've gone completely digital, much to the chagrin of most people that like to have planners. But like in there, you can actually have like a sub notebook, sub folder for like everything. So you can.
I love Notion. I love the little toggle buttons. Yeah. Everything's so neat and clean. I know you sold me, Caro, on Notion. I do still need that paper thing, but I really like Notion. I've been working with it a lot.
Yeah, I can't talk. When I planned out my writing schedule, the first thing I did was grab some paper and start writing before I put it in here.
Right, exactly. Okay, so JC, tell us what your 5 planners are for, unless there's something like super planner private.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like, I don't think you have to tell us about your sex planner unless you really want to. But other than that, okay. All right. So, okay. JC says, I published 2 books in 2021. It totally counts. Yes, absolutely. Very, very nice. Look who made it. Hello, Sky. Oh, or not. That was my fault. No, it was me. I double clicked. All right. Hi, Sky is here with us today. Very nice. Okay. So JC, I'm so excited for you. That is really awesome. That is definitely something to be proud of. So yeah, if you didn't get your stuff done in 2021, it doesn't count. If you did get some stuff done, yay you. All right. So let's go down and answer a couple more little comments. JC says, I have no idea how productive it will actually be, though. You know I don't do digital. I have one for you. Oh, here it is. One for YouTube, one for Right to Be media stuff. One is my catch-all. Wait, how many is that? 1.
I'm like counting. I'm like,
that's 3.
3. So one has to be publishing, I would imagine.
There's another comma, so I'm assuming.
Is there? Here it is. Oh, 1 fitness and 1 for social media. Wait, which one do you put your books in?
Probably the right one.
Right to Be. That one. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Mary says, you don't have to call it planning. Jamie and I always call it with playing with planners. Speaking of which, we're going to have to do a little planner sprint, I think. All right. So Sako says, I run into man love for my man's chops every time we go out. Right? Oh, all right. There you go. Barrett says, hold on. She says, you've got a plan for 2022, and I'm here for it, JC. Mm-hmm. All right. So Mary is using a combination of traveler's notebooks, spiral notebooks, laminating things. Jamie got me a laminator for Christmas. Nice.
Oh, that was nice.
I love a good laminator. All right. Gabby will be using a disc-bound bullet journal with 3 sections, writing, personal life, self-development. Love it.
Oh man, that's like Sky's life, that disc-bound system.
I know, right? I love to see you like going like, "Ooh, it's so good." I would lose the discs. Okay. Mary says Notion is awesome. Yeah, I really do like it. But again, like for my actual like thinking planning stuff, I really do need the like paper notebook. Let's see. Sako says 20 and 21 were devoted to making content. Do you want to share it? Let's show us your planner, girl.
Oh,
All right, hold on. I'm going to make you big. Woo, I love it. Oop, that was fast. Very nice. That's so pretty. Beautiful. All right, we're good. That's awesome. Love it. All right. Okay, so hello, NL Heiser. Very nice to see you. Published one book and one journal in 2021. Yay. Then I got completely burned out from pushing so hard and losing a close friend unexpectedly. Oh, I'm so sorry. But at least I hit some of my goals. This is how I feel about 2021. I didn't get everything, but I got some stuff, and that like feels like such a big win after 2020. JC says, that's the name of my company, Right to Be Media. So all things publishing or magazine related go in there. Awesome. Nice. That is fantastic. All right. So unless anybody has any objections, I feel like we should go ahead and do our little 10-minute sprint, our little 10-minute planner sprint, where everybody gets out all of anything that you're going to need that you don't already have with you. If you need a drink, etc., etc., then we can do that. JC says, I'm sorry for your loss to NL Heiser. We are, absolutely. Ooh, hold on. And JC might have an online magazine, right, to be in her channel. What? That's fantastic. Very, very nice. Very nice. All right, you guys. So what do you think? Should we do a 10-minute sprint, or we want a little chit chat, a little more?
I would like to plan, please.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Let's see what I can do here. 10 minutes. We're going to do 10 minutes today. Let's see what we've got. Look at that. I've got a thing up. It's only because Carol reminded me. I think you guys all know that. All right, you guys, let's do a 10-minute planner sprint. And we're going to talk about what, when we come back, we'll talk about what you plan to what you plan to plan during our time together tonight. And also, what is your biggest goal for 2022? If you're up for sharing, if you're not, we totally understand. So biggest goal for 2022, and what are you planning on planning tonight? All right, here we go. 3. Let's cha-cha. Okay, I am such a dork. I have like such a high startle reflex. I literally am like jumping every time that happens. Okay, so yeah, fantastic, everybody. So we had two questions that we had posed. The first one was, what is your biggest goal for 2022, and what are you planning on planning tonight during our Boozy Planner-O-Rama stream? Okay, so let's see. So NL says, here we go. My biggest goals are to get all my business licenses official, continue to grow in every aspect of my life, be consistent in my streaming, posting, work, and life goals. That's my big three. Can't ever do one. Good, right? Well, three is a magic number. So I think that's an awesome way to go. So good for you. That is fantastic. Very nice. NL says, so today, this is for question number 3. What are you going to do? Setting up my week in my planner. So I have a game plan each day, trying time blocks for the first time.
Oh, I love time blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the really big benefit about time blocking, and stop me if you've heard this before, is that within time blocking, you basically give yourself that restrained period of time to work on something.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know the actual name of it, Lisa? If I forget it all the freaking time.
Pomodoro.
Yeah, it's
Pomodoro method.
Yeah, because otherwise you have all day syndrome. So if you say I have to get this done today, it'll take you all day to do it. Versus if I say I'm going to get this done between 9 and 10, you'll get it done in 9 and 10.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
that is something different, and I do know the name of it, and I cannot remember what it is, but it's basically an economics principle that says that any task will expand or contract based on the amount of time you have to complete it. So you have 6 months to finish a project, it takes 6 months. If you have 6 days to finish the same project, it takes 6 days. So,
yeah, it's named after the guy that
discovered it. Right.
Yeah, and so the reason I never remember it is because when I say it's this method, nobody really understands it. But if I say all day syndrome, then they get that a little faster.
Everybody knows that. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Very nice. Very, very good. Yeah, I think time blocks are really fantastic for that. One of the things that I started doing last year, which I think was really a game changer for me, was that I read a book called Make Time. And it was all about how we spend a lot of, like, basically what we were talking about earlier, how we can be sort of busy all day, but we never get the big things that we want to accomplish accomplished.
Kitchen syndrome.
Right, exactly.
I have all these side names for things that are actually like very big brain named.
Yeah, exactly. And so the idea behind this was that you block off the best part of your day to do the thing that's most important to you instead of trying to cram it in. And what I realized is, of course, that I am fresher in the morning, which is interesting because I used to be fresher in the afternoon, but I'm in it. For whatever reason, I'm writing better in the mornings than I am in the late afternoon. And so I have switched around my schedule. So now I'm working on books first thing in the day. And that in itself was like a major, major transformation for me. Just like figuring out when am I the most productive. And it was it was a matter of like looking at my word count and the different times and trying all sorts of different things, listening to different music, listening to the beach sounds, which is still my number one, working outside of my lanai, working in my office, just trying to find like what's the best possible combination for me. And I was once again very surprised that the place where I was working the best, or when I was working the best, was not what I thought that it was. And so I switched, and it was like, all of a sudden I was getting things done. And unfortunately, it took me a good chunk of the year to start doing that. And so by the time I figured it out, half the year was already done. But the second half of my year in particular was really productive. So I feel really good about that system going forward. So I am all for that. Blocking off specific time blocks, and in particular, giving the projects that are the most important to you the best block of the day, right? They get the A block. They get
highlight.
The good block.
Yeah, that's your task highlight. That's what that's called. So it's the one thing that has to get done. It's called the highlight.
Right. Right. Again, this I keep looking at it because it's over there, just out of reach. But it's great, and it was funny because, as you guys may have guessed, blue is my favorite color.
What?
And I know, and I really love the fact that in the book they highlight all these like important things in blue, and which is of course what I do. And so I really found that was extremely helpful. So I'm going to be doing that again. Okay, so Mary says, question 2, here we go. Oh, StreamYard, don't be bad. Okay, my main word for this year is different. So my biggest goal is to remember my circumstances are different from what they were before. Oh, I had to do that. And I'm learning to do things differently from my past defaults. This is such a good lesson. Really? Yeah. And it took me a long time to learn it. And it was mostly Caro saying, why do you keep doing this? This is not the same. You are not the same person you were 3 years ago. Why do you keep trying? Yeah. Why do you keep trying to be the same person you were 3 years ago? I had kids then too, except I was in a much different situation. I had their school times were different. I like there are a million things that were different, and I kept like wanting it to be like it was 3 or 4 years ago, and it just isn't. So that's okay. That's good. I found like my new vibe, and I'm very happy about that. All right. So JC says, I struggle because I'm actually more productive in the daytime, but I'm at my most creative at night. That's when it used to be that way for a long time for me. I usually do admin type of stuff in the day and writing at night. Well, as long as you are doing the stuff that you need your creativity for at your most creative time in the day. I mean, that's what I used to be like 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. was like my sweet spot. And I don't do that anymore.
What about you, Sky? You've got a very different life than me.
I know. What about you?
When I figure that out, I'll let you know, because at the beginning of December, I started a job that was supposed to be part-time, and I've been assigned full-time hours. So I'm still trying to find a balance to everything. The other thing is that I was hoping for a third shift job, because I definitely do more productive stuff at night.
Yeah.
And then, of course, with the kids in school, I could have slept while they were at school.
Right.
Nope, it's daytime hours.
That is rough when your time, like it's really rough when you're like when the time that you have to work for someone else is the most productive time for you. I mean, I know some people are really successful with 5 a.m. Writers Club, where you're getting up 2 hours earlier than like your family. Some people can't do that at all. So it's just like a, kind of a thing where you have to figure out what is, what's going to be the most effective for you. Wordsmith Sarah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You are so sweet. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, JC says, I can write during the day, but it goes so much slower than it does at night. This is the thing. Why torture yourself? Just do it that's the deal. For me, I could knock out several thousand words first thing in the morning, easy peasy. If I'm trying to do that now at 8:30 at night, it's like, it doesn't work that way. So why not do it when you can do it in a couple hours versus, 5 to get your word count in? All right, JC. Oh, something else. Sorry, missed that.
They were talking about stream time.
I know, and I totally missed the whole thing. Mr. Brown, so nice to see you on the stream here today. Aphrodite, hello. All right, so Aphrodite, we're very glad to see you. She says, I think I'm done sorting my 2022 plan. We'll see if any creepers make the list. All right. Sako says, I draw best at night. This is not a surprise, because Sako is a witch. And I feel like witches are more productive at night. This is my theory. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. JC says, you
get so into it. I never want to like point it out to you.
No, you should. Okay. JC says, planning tonight, the month of January, and as far as my biggest goal for the year, it's actually to get my health back on track, because I keep reactivating old injuries, and it's frustrating.
All right,
I think that getting your health back on track is such a great goal, because if that's working, then everything else is easier. And if it's not working, everything else is so much harder. Thank you for calling me out, JC. If I skip you guys, if I ask you a question and then I skip you, it is not intentional. Just say blah, blah, blah. And I will go back. I also see that I skipped Jennifer too, so I'm going to go back to her too. So, all right, planning tonight. Let's go around this circle, you guys, really fast. So what are you planning tonight? Caro, what are you planning tonight?
Tonight I was working on my YouTube schedule, and I finished that actually in the first 10 minutes. So I've moved on to trying to figure out my newsletter stuff, because I tried something different where I have a weekly newsletter with all the author advice stuff that I didn't want to put on YouTube. I don't know why, but that was like, I'll just put it over here instead. And so I'm doing topics and arranging that and everything. So I just kind of do it at the start.
Good for you. Very, very nice. Very nice.
What about you,
job.
Sky? I know you're
What
still
are you
trying to
doing,
get your
Sky?
life together, but
My life is not together. I am tonight. I am working on. I have most of my YouTube schedule planned out, but I'm actually scripting videos. So that's what I'm doing tonight.
Good for
Scripting
you.
videos.
I thought Doll did something really smart, which is that she used NaNoWriMo to script a bunch of videos. So she is set for 2022, and I'm thinking like, that's a genius move. That was pretty smart.
If I wasn't finishing up the manuscript on this book, that's exactly what I would have done.
I thought that was really smart of her. All right, here we go. Let's see who we've got. Oop, hold on. Jennifer. Jennifer's biggest goal is to get her book published finally. Yay! All right, tonight I'm buying some of the tools I'm going to need to plan my goals a lot better. Good for you. Good for you. Jennifer, tell us what your genre is and whether you're planning to indie publish or whether you are going after traditional publishing. We are dying to know. Also, we want to send you like good vibes and love and cheer and support. So good for you. Very, very nice. Okay, I feel like I missed like a lot. Barrett said, I think StreamYard must have jumped because I feel like I jumped over a whole bunch of people. Okay, so Barrett says, Q3, planning to tease my husband relentlessly for choosing the Tammy Faye Baker movie as our Sunday date night movie. Like this was our camp this week. Can I say something? I really want to see that movie. How insane was that? Okay, you have to tell me if it's any good. All right, Barrett. Finish my middle grade novel, Queer Like Me, and have it ready for query by late summer. Yay! I wanted to tell you something, Barrett, so I'll just use this opportunity right now since I have your attention. I read The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood, which I believe was a debut novel. She was like, yeah, right? It was a big novel, rom-com, delightful. I loved it. Like, I read it, my daughter read it, my mother read it. Like, we all loved it. But I wanted to tell you, Barrett, because we had a conversation about this in the live stream not very long ago. And that was about how realistic it is for a gay guy to have a straight guy as his BFF when they're in school. I know it seems impossible, except to you who actually had that experience. And it turns out in the book, I don't want to it's not really a spoiler, but our main hero and his BFF, gay, straight. And I was like, ooh, you should use that in your querying if that issue ever comes up again. All right. Sorry, sidebar, everybody. Okay, Morgan's goal, finish my master's degree. Yay!
You can do it. I know you can.
That's awesome. That is really, really fantastic. Very, very nice. All right, so Mary... I think we've already got this. Working on fine-tuning my system, getting all the components to work together with my brain. All right. Jeannie says these questions are intimidating, but it really gets you thinking on how to keep moving forward. I'm sorry if they're intimidating.
No, you're not. Don't lie.
I do like to, push people to stretch a little bit. But I don't want to I never want it to be like so scary. You want it to be like stretchy, but not.
She's nicer than me. I would just get in your face about it.
No. That's not true. You're, as a person who has definitely been on the "what are you doing" side of a conversation with you. You're actually quite gentle and kind. So you are direct, which I actually really love about you. So yeah, it's good. It's kind, loving, sweet, direct. Okay. Don't want to be
That's like
intimidating.
saying I hit you with a foam baseball bat.
Well, yeah. Okay, so what's your big goal, Caro? Caro Brown, what's your big goal this year?
For the month? Oh, for the year. So the big thing that I just had it up. I'm gonna put it back. I definitely want to get this published at some point during the year. Originally, I said I wanted to get it out in April, but then because I'm at the mercy of like multiple people that are part of the editing process, I was like, I'll keep that one up in the air for now. But this is the big one. And then after that, it's just writing more stuff, period. And so I found and kind of what I spent not a lot. Words are hard right now. What I spent some time in December trying to think of is like, what can I do to make sure that I'm reinforcing the fact that I want to write more and maybe make some more income on the side, because I'm moving more into self-publishing just because, and I'll just keep this one short and sweet. I'm having a hard time with my publisher right now because they don't pay me.
That is a hard time.
Yeah, so on that note, if you feel like you need to buy my works, Queen of Swords and Science, please buy the audiobook, because those funds go straight to me and they don't go to them. So one of the things I wanted to do is I kind of have some stuff that's funneled through Patreon and all the other goodness. And then there's, and this gets really embarrassing for me to actually talk about when my face is on a camera, but there's like an adult website that approached me to put erotica on there. And so I do something monthly for them, but because I don't get ad revenue, the deal that I kind of have is that I will write monthly and I'm taking that all down and putting it on Amazon later. So
very nice. Very nice. So that's a lot of big plans for you this year.
Are you surprised?
No, I am not in the least. But I'm very proud of you because I know that you're going to knock this out of the park.
I got to make up for last year.
Yeah. Well, that's how I felt about 2020. And while 2021 was not like my most lucrative year ever, it wasn't the worst. So I feel like that was a win. And I feel really good about 2022. I think this is a good question. Here we go. Question number 4. How do you guys feel about 2022? Are you feeling more positive? Like, do you think it's going to be a better year for you than 2021? Do you feel like it's going to be the same? Or do you feel like 2022 is going to suck harder than 2021 did?
So I'm making 2022 my bitch.
And not in a good way. Okay, very good. So 2022 is going to be positive for Caro. How about you, Sky?
Pretty much the same thing. If the last 2 days are anything to go by, it's gonna suck. But I don't want it to, so I'm coming for it.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, though. You have a lot of control about how you frame up 2022, right? And so even though some of your circumstances might be more challenging or make things more difficult, we have this fascinating study about how we deal with things. Like, you can have people that experience the same, let's say, disaster. So you have a whole neighborhood full of people who all lose their houses in a hurricane. But the people who do better a year from now, 5 years from now, it's all in how they frame that story. So if they frame the story in a way that, you know, we have each other, we survived this terrible thing, and we're going to overcome this, that if you put a framework on this, that where you sort of cast yourself as the hero of your own, or the heroine of your own story, that you're a lot more likely to overcome that adversity and actually accomplish what it is you want to accomplish later on. So you can do this. You've got extra challenges, but you're on a hero's journey, right? Yes. Dun, 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 dun. You're on a hero's journey.
I'm the villain. Screw that.
You are not a villain. You are not a villain. Celia's here. Hello, Cecilia. We are so glad that you are here today. Very, very nice. Every time I see your name, I always hear that song in my head. I have no idea who sang it. It was when I was like a really tiny, teeny little kid, or maybe even before that. And anyway, yeah, you probably know it because I bet you've heard it your entire life. I'm just going to apologize in advance for bringing that up in case anyone else thought that too. All right, so hold on. NL said, I got to come back through this. NL, I'm reclaiming my boss biatch self, so I'm not giving 2022 a choice but to rock. Yes, absolutely. All right, so Cecilia says, I'm with you. I need to lose 30, 40 pounds, and it's all medication weight. Thank you for cheering on. Yay. You know what? You guys are going to do it. Prednisone does suck. It is. It's the worst. So JC said, you guys will all do this. I do not even have that excuse. I have ice cream sandwich stress weight on from the pandemic. I did make a good dent last year when I got my treadmill desk, but I'm afraid I've lost ground during the holidays. So
that's what happens. That's
I
our
know.
constant struggle,
Well,
holiday food.
Yeah, and I have Hashimoto's, which is autoimmune but thyroid disease. And my doctor died during the pandemic, and I have not found a new one. I know, I haven't found a new one, and so I should be medicated, but I am not. And that does not help. It just basically slows
Girl,
my
go to
entire
the
system down.
doctor. Go to the
know.
doctor. Oh my
I live
God.
in
If I have
Florida.
to go to the doctor, you have to go to the doctor.
I usually am really good about. I make everybody else around me go to the doctor. It took me such a long time. Like, it's really hard to find a great thyroid
my
doctor.
level of harassment on the internet.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're on the case now because I apparently need a kick in the butt on this. And the funny thing is, I'm usually really good about it, but he was such a great doctor and he was a really good friend. I've known the guy for like 15 years and I loved him to pieces. And it was really like I lost a friend and my doctor. So I think that's why it's been tough on me. Okay. JC, I feel 2022 is going to be whatever I make it. So positive it is. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Fantastic. What? We've got more. Aphrodite, not sure how she's feeling about 2022.
Wait. I was just thinking about my harassment that I do, right? And Amy is the first one that comes to mind. And so I told her I was going to send a freaking airplane over her house because I know where she lives, right? That with that flying banner it says get a website, right? I don't have to do that because she got a website.
She did.
Yeah.
She did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had no idea until the other day. And I was like, what?
Very nice.
I'm glad I found out because I really was looking at rental planes.
Lacey's word for 2022 is perseverance, and I think that is awesome. Thank you, Morgan, coming in with the save. The song Cecilia is a Simon and Garfunkel song. I'm pretty sure I was not alive when that came out, but I know the song, or at least I know the chorus. I'm sorry if I have said something. Cecilia, I'm very sorry if I sung that. I literally could not get it out of my head, and I apologize. Now everyone else says it in their heads, and anyway. Q4, Mary is optimistic because a few stars in my life have already aligned, so hopefully the rest of them will line up accordingly. Very, very nice. All right. Jennifer says, I did answer your question about my book. Just scroll up. You got it. All right. Here we go. I'm looking.
You get so into being a host. I absolutely love it. You're so into it.
Well, if you guys were here at my house, I'd be passing hors d'oeuvres right now. Okay. So I'm not seeing it. I'm digging through the comments. Anybody else? Kara, did you see what her book, what her genre? Oh, here it is. Genre is YA, dark academia, and would absolutely love to be traditionally published, but I think I would do better as an indie. It kind of depends on the book. I will say that after the success of The Love Hypothesis, that probably a lot of publishers are looking for academia books right about now. So there might be something interesting for you.
I have to be that person that says that we need another sprint soon.
Well, this is why we love you, because you keep us on track. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, fantastic. Very nice. All right, here we go, everybody. Let's take this off. Who's ready for a 10-minute planning sprint? I know Caro is, and I'll bet the rest of you are too. All right, let me see if I can get our timer back up. Oh, I have a big picture of a hamburger here. I'm pretty sure this is not what we planned for. Let me see if I can restart that thing. Dun, dun, dun. Is it really going to show me a commercial? Sorry, this is my fault. I apologize. Why is that happening? I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. There we go. Okay, now we can do it. I'm like literally being thwarted by ads on my own channel. I'm very sorry. Okay, Crimton. There we go. Can we do it? Yes, we can. All right. All right, everybody. Let's do a little, well, I don't know, Carol, would you like to do our little planner pep talk?
You know, it's bad enough you make me do pep talks during the writing sprint.
I'll do it. I'll do it. We don't really need it.
No, you called on me. You called me out. I gotta do it now. I just don't have prep talks for planning. Put me on the spot. I'm trying to think. Okay, guys. So you know that we actually have to get things done, and only you can plan for you. I can't plan for you, especially because you ain't paying me, and that's really important. So make sure that whatever it is that you have decided to make yourself do, it is to within your limitations and your ability, and take it from there. And I believe in you. I do. Even if I haven't met you or seen you, you can fucking do it. All right, please start this timer.
Here it is. All right, everybody, we are back. Dun dun dun. All right, somebody, would you
You got
grab
all the
that?
bots today.
I know, right? You know why? I did it to myself. It's because I said the other day, like, I never have problems with bots. And then it's like I called to them or something. And now every single stream, they are out there. So we have had some friends join us in the last little bit.
There's a thing that you can do.
Yeah.
It's you have to go into your YouTube settings, and don't ask me how to do it because I haven't done it myself yet. But what you can do is you can make it subscriber only chat. So basically, people who are subscribed to you for longer than 5 minutes can leave a chat or a comment.
I saw that on Sarah's stream. So I'm going to have to try that. I think that's kind of a cool thing. Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. So in the time when we took our little 10-minute sprint, we had lots and lots of friends who popped in, including Tamara and Very Bad Books, and I feel like there was somebody else. Ray is here. Hello. We're so glad that you're here. Ta-da. Oh, okay, StreamYard. Don't give me any trouble. Hi. We're very glad that you made it today. So for those of you who are just coming in, we were talking about some different questions. One, what is your biggest goal for 2022? And what are you planning tonight during the BOOZY PLANNER-O-RAMA stream? So, All right, here we go. Aphrodite, you didn't get your notification? That's terrible. Oh my gosh. I know it's kind of weird. You know what? YouTube was probably completely perplexed because I actually put this one up several days ago. And as all of you who know me know, I generally do not put the live stream up until about 3 minutes before it starts. So YouTube's
it's true, though.
Is this an imposter? Yeah. Yeah, I put it up like the 28th of December or something, like crazy. I was trying to be good. Yeah. Okay. We'll see how that goes. So who didn't talk about their big goal? Did you talk about your big goal for the year? Like your number one, come hell or high water, I'm doing it. Sky, what's your big goal for this year?
I don't really have a big goal per se. I mean, it is, but it's not. Kind of like Kara is doing the Hold My Latte. I am doing Hold My Monster. And there's 7 subtasks under that I'm hoping to accomplish. Each of those with like a good, better, best goal.
Good.
So
excellent. I love that. That's like Sarah Cannon's gig, and I love that good, better, best, because it gives you my 70% achievable goals or goals achieved for 2021. All of those, would have been under that sort of, with the exception of one thing, which I completely just like. I just gave up. I was like, this isn't working. I'm going to do nothing all year. If I continue on this path, I'm going to switch paths. And that was a good thing to do. But yeah, like the good, better, best is, I think, really excellent, because then you get, as long as you're making really good progress, then you are going to, be feeling good about what you're doing. And that is a really big part of achieving your goals. Okay. I love this. ST Houston's here. Hello. Biggest goal, write 4 books.
You can do it.
First of all, that's amazing. That's completely amazing. I'm really, really impressed by that goal. I am. I think it's like absolutely fantastic. So are you trying to write a book a quarter?
Yeah, it was my first thought. I was like, that's 3 months to write 1 draft. So that's, I guess in my brain, I'm like, that's totally plausible. But there's somebody that's coming out of the woodwork right at this moment to be like, it's taken me 10 years to write my book. And I'm like, I'm very sorry for you.
Yeah, for sure. That is the truth. But I have worked with Sky Warren, and she is absolutely phenomenal. And she puts out 4 books a year. So like really regularly, like full length books. She's a hell of a writer. And so it is completely doable. That's actually my goal this year. Last year, 1 book. 1.5, 1 book out. This year, 4 new books for me.
Like fully published out and everything, or just
Done.
okay?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what are these benchmarks? Like, what do these look like?
Yeah. So one of them and possibly 2 will be nonfiction. And the other 2 or possibly 3, depending on how and I'm still sort of deciding what I want to do series wise. They're both in a kind of series. I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to do. I don't think I can pull off 5 in a year. I don't think I can. So that would be like my best goal would be if I could possibly do 5 in a year.
If you tell yourself you can't, then you won't try either. So
no, I'm definitely going to try. Actually, I would ideally like to get 2 nonfiction books and 3 fiction books out. I have never written anywhere near that fast. The closest I've ever.
What stream was it when I can't remember what it was. It was on your Wednesday stream at 11 EST, total self promo for yourself there. And we were on your stream and you were telling me about how you had a client that literally wrote a book in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a monster book, right?
Oh my God, it was a huge book. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Okay, so so for those of you guys who don't know, I coach other authors. I have some romance authors that I coach, but a lot of my clients are romance authors, big romance authors who want to write nonfiction craft books. And I have this like crazy little niche, which is like really great. And I kind of love it. And so one of my authors is a woman named Theodora Taylor, who is making $250,000 a year on her fiction. And she wanted to write a craft book because she uses something called universal fantasy, which I had never heard before. Fascinating take. She wrote a book called 7-Figure Fiction. And here's my story about Theodora Taylor. One night, Sunday night, she emails me and says, I want to write a nonfiction book, but I need to do it in 11 days because I'm giving a talk at a conference, which happened to be the same conference I was going to, which is kind of a funny thing. But I was like, sure, no problem. And so she wrote this book in 2 weeks. I coached her through the process. We met like 3 times a week and she got it done. And this book was a huge bestseller. Like it was insane. And I've never experienced this with another book, and I've never had this happen to one of my books, but I was at this conference, at the NINC conference in Florida, and I'm sitting at a table of romance writers. And at this point, her book had been out for a week, and every person at the table had read it, and they were talking about it and quoting from it. And I was like, oh, holy shit. Like it just completely blew me away. But it also really opened up my eyes. So I'm actually going to do a video about this later on this year. But I've had like a bunch of 6- and 7-figure authors that I've worked with in the last year. And one of the things that they do really well is that most of them are pretty prolific. So not all, like Sky writes 4 books a year. And so, for me, that feels extraordinarily prolific. Some of the authors are putting out,
face right now.
Yeah. She keeps saying Sky. I'm like, I'm doing what?
Different Sky Warren. And so it's a different, it's a different mindset. And I just thought like, they just know they can do it, and they do. And the crazy thing is, I wrote my first book, the one that was actually my bestseller, in 6 weeks. So it's possible. It's definitely possible. So yeah, anyway, that's it. So I'm trying to open my mind to that possibility. So this is my big 4 is my goal for this year. So we'll see if that happens or not. 5 would be my stretch goal. 3 would be my good. Let's see if that happens. Okay.
Yeah. If I can finish off this crazy nonsense, we should meet somewhere in the middle since we live in the same state, and we'll like clink glasses and then we'll just drive home.
I think that is a fantastic idea, and I'm all up for that. So, okay, so let's see. Ray's big goal. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Finished my work in progress, a dark fantasy, kind of a sci-fi YA novel. I love that. I'm super excited about that. That is very, very cool. Oh my God, during that conversation, you guys, I missed 700 comments. All right, but I love this one. Last one from Aphrodite. Technically, I wrote the book in 8 days. The rest was figuring out the other stuff. Holy crap, that is amazing. Crazy. 14 days. Yes. It was, yeah, that's amazing. It's amazing. All right, here we go. So let's see. I had planned to write 2 more, but pushed too much and got burned out for 2 months. This, I think, is the big challenge. All right, Aphrodite says on a dare, hold on here, where'd it go? On a dare, I wrote, formatted, designed the cover, and published a book in 14 days. This is the thing. Theodora had decided that she needed to have this done in time for the Novelist Inc. conference because she was giving a talk on it. And she just like, here's the deadline, and she just made it happen. And here's Aphrodite doing the exact same thing. 14 days, done, it's out. Impressive. Really, really impressive. All right, so NL says, I only published 1 last year, but wrote 5. You've already accomplished my goal. So now I really know it's possible. That is really phenomenal. Congratulations. That is like insane. That's amazing. So you're going to be super busy this year. All right. My other big goal is to self-publish another poetry collection. Love, love, love that. Very nice. You guys are amazing. Oh, Very Bad Books. Thank you so much for being here. We are so glad. It was great to see you too. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, so I'm very, very glad that you swung by today. I'm very glad you'll be around more this year too. All right. So Aphrodite says, I can write 4 books in a year, but they wouldn't be ready to be published. I just want to get them done. I'd like to get like 3 of them out, but I'd like to get them done. So we'll just see how that goes. All right. So SD says, I don't really have goals set by quarter because my life changes all the time. I fine for when they come. Who can translate that?
She's fine for just she's got a fluid system that basically is accommodating for whatever happens around her.
Whatever she's going in her life. That's the way to do it. I think if you plan everything, like, and Kara always says this, like, make your plans as though you know you're going to have the flu the whole time. Because
vomiting sick every day.
Right? Because if you go like, on my best day, I can write 9,000 words. I can't, but just say I could. And you plan for every day like that. You are going to have days where you just can't pull that off, and then you'll get disappointed. So, Tamara, I am super, super sorry that you are not feeling well. No. I'm so sorry about that. I hope you feel better. Very Bad Books says, Waterboy voice. You can do it. You can do it. All right, here we go. Let's see what else we've got in the comments. I feel like we want to do another little, a little sprint. There we go.
I was just about to recommend that.
What?
It's like you were picking up on my wavelength there.
I know, right? Fantastic. All right, so love that, love that. All right, here we go. So NL has 4 book series being released this year, plus 2 standalones. Now, when you did this, like you said, you released 1, have 4. Did you do it this way as sort of a plan ahead where you'd plan to rapid release, or is that just the way it worked out? I'm super curious about this. Aphrodite says, yes, I always plan my writing around what I can do on my worst day. Barrett, you guys are the best. All right, here we go. All right, let's check this out. Let's go ahead and do a 10-minute sprint. I'm not sure why I said check this out. It's like it's like I'm trying to be the cool teacher. Let's check it out, guys. All right, I'm sorry. I don't know what's on me. You know what it is? It's a half a glass of Prosecco, and I'm just a wild woman. All right, here we go.
She's just so wild.
I know, right? Hold on. What do I got here with this thing? Once again, I have forgotten to rewind my video. Okay, so we're going to try this again. This time, let's pretend like a grown-up is doing it. All right, here we go.
You are
let's
a
get
grown-up. You
started.
pay taxes and everything.
That is true. Oh my gosh. Since it's January and tax season is coming up, I would like you to all remember that I have an awesome tax video on my channel that you should definitely watch, because I am the queen of deductions for authors, and I will get you every penny you are entitled to.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely. Watch
I
the
won't
video.
do your taxes. I will just tell you of all the deductions that are available to writers. Yeah, I don't like, I'm all for paying, everyone should pay their taxes, but not one penny over what you owe. All right, here you go. Here we go. On that positive note, we're all going to be making so much money next year. We're going to have to really have those tax tips. All right, you guys, here we go. Let's start a planning sprint in 3, 2, 1. All right, we are back. All right, you guys. Cool. Okay, so yeah, I got the timer turned off and everything. I feel like really, really fantastic. Oh, you guys are super sweet. Thank you so much, Barrett and Heather. And yeah, you don't have to. So you guys can watch it all in the video, but you do not have to be an official business. You can just be a sole proprietor. It literally takes 2 seconds to get yourself a tax ID, which you don't actually even need, but it's always a good thing to have. And it doesn't cost you any money.
Yeah, and the only time you really need anything beyond that is either if you're managing 5. Oh, you're lagging so hard.
Oh no, sorry.
It's okay. I just hate the idea of talking over you.
No, you're fine. I'll just be quiet. You probably have something brilliant to say right now, so I'll just.
No, I was just going to say, like, sole proprietorship for authors just tends to be the way to go unless you're managing 5,000 in assets or you have employees that you have to pay. And they say the magic number's 5, but it's really 3 to 5. Yeah. So unless you get to that stage, a sole proprietorship is really the way to go, and you get the same protection as an LLC. So
it is. There are just so many benefits that we get. All the things that we use our computers and our internet and all this other stuff. So, so your big goal, Caro, this year.
Yes, ma'am.
If you finish nothing else, what's your number one this year?
My number one this year is still the Caro's Tarot. Like, is it a different one? Like, if I finish this, or
yeah, no, I want to know, like, what is that? It is Caro's Tarot. You're like, that's
this is the highlight. This is absolutely the highlight because this is the one book that I've been working on for a really long time.
Yeah.
But then the secondary after that is actually going to be finishing Blood in the Rain, which is for right now. It's a Patreon only story. But once it gets done being the Patreon only story, I'll spruce it up and wrap it up and put it out there in the world. So
we should drop a link to your Patreon. That's like, it's fairly new, but right? So
there you go. I'll grab a link and put it in there for you.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I think because I know that there are a lot of people who want to read this. So yeah. All right, let's make that. All right. So Ray asked a question and said, "Do you have a video about benefits registering as a business?" I do not, but it is something that I have considered because I kind of went through the whole thing. Like, should I register as an LLC? Should I do this? Should I do this? The thing is, it's different for everybody, what your priorities are, what your risks are. I worry about it less now that I'm writing more fiction. In the beginning, my books were like dating advice, and I was always worried like I was going to give someone advice and they'd follow it and something terrible would happen. Especially because like I used to do a lot of like radio interviews where people would say stuff like, "I just found out my boyfriend's been cheating on me, blah, blah, blah." And I'd say, leave him. Like, if he cheats on you now, if you stay with him, you're going to teach him he can cheat on you and nothing will happen. So you should leave him. And I always worried that was going to like come back and bite me in the butt sometime, but it did not, thankfully. So
that's nicer than me because like usually when I talk to people and they tell me that their spouse cheated on them, I give them the same thing. It's like, yeah, you should leave them. It's like, but I love them so much. And I was like, and then they have like, well, maybe it was just a mistake. And I'm always kind of like, a mistake is like when you forget to carry a number in a math problem. Okay, that's a mistake.
It's when you fall and your body parts fall into somebody else's. Right, exactly.
Yeah, affairs take like effort, sometimes planning. Maybe you'll have your own planner for like who you're going to see on certain days. Like, I don't know, but it's kind of like, no, it's not a mistake. Like there was forethought and intention.
Yes, and a lot of lying. You can't have an affair without lying a lot. So just write that. It should be like a big deal breaker. All right. So Aphrodite says, if I finish nothing else, my anthology, I've been working on it for so long. So long. Ooh, Barrett's got a good question. Thank you, Barrett. What are each of you looking forward to in 2022? And what are you ready to leave in 2021? All right.
Everything. everything in 2021. Burn that year. It was a terrible year. Like, I'll summarize it in a nutshell for you guys. First off, I moved. Movers stole my shit. Took me 4 months to get my shit. And then I finally was trying to figure out how I fit back in the author community. Went through like a weird, turbulent social period where I was just like, maybe I should just be by myself for a while. And I did that. And then I lost contact with my friends. And then I tried to go to work. And then I worked myself out of a job, not once, but twice. And then
You're too efficient.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll try this author thing again. It's like, but we need money because we have needs and expenses. And unfortunately, covers are not just like $10.
They're not.
Yeah. So anyway.
Okay. So you would get rid of 2021 altogether. What are you looking forward to most in 2022?
Saving money by not drinking anymore.
Excellent. Okay, that's a good goal. All right. What about you, Sky? What are you ready to leave behind? And you guys in the chat, I totally want to hear your answers for this. Absolutely want to hear your answers for this. So I'm going to leave this question up for a while you guys answer. Okay, Sky, what are you looking forward to in 2022? What are you ready to leave behind in 2021?
I would like to start making money too. That sounds like a great goal to have. Especially with work shenanigans right now. We're not going to get onto those. That's just I will rage cry if I talk about that. So, but making money would be great. And leaving things behind, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm kind of with Kara. I didn't have as many problems with my move. My move went pretty well, except
Yours
for
is a cheesecake next to mine. I was like, how dare you have a smooth transition?
I'm just in an old house and everything's falling apart. I'm in a different room because the room I usually am in is like too cold and the electricity in here is so old that we keep popping the breaker every time I try to plug in my space heater right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Be careful. Don't blow the neighborhood or your house. All right. So good answers. Looking forward to money in 2022.
Make
all right,
money.
So
that's a great goal.
I know, right?
So we gotta break that down. How much money are we looking at making, sis?
Yeah, that's good. I know. I like to put a specific dollar on it.
I want my bills paid. That's all I care about.
Okay, so bills paid. Fantastic. That's a really good goal. You should break that down to like, what do you need to make per month? What do you need to make per week? What do you need to make per day? It's often not as shocking as you think it is when you break it down that way. Okay, so for me, I am ready to leave behind in 2021. I was very overscheduled over the last year, even though I was really good about prioritizing. I know, right? I was really good about prioritizing things that are important to me. So for 2022, I feel like I'm going to build on what I learned in 2021. I feel like I'm in a really good position, and I'm very much looking forward to having a banner year. What am I ready to leave behind in 2021? There were a lot of stressors that I have sort of figured out a way to kind of manage, and so that I think is probably like my best answer. I would like to say I'm looking forward to leaving by, like dessert in 2021, but that's not good. That ain't gonna happen.
Remember, you have to make goals that are realistic for you.
That's right, realistic. Okay, so we were talking about, N.L. Heiser says, like on The Accidental Husband. I have to say this, I have not, is it a book or a movie? I have not seen or read it, but now I feel like I need to because I love that title. Aphrodite says, I feel like I sat too still last year, so not me. 2022, I need to be me again. Yes, absolutely. Barrett also says, I spent too much time trying to be everything to everyone. Barrett, what are you looking forward to most in 2022?
Yeah,
let's have it. Ask her of good questions. Okay, Benny Bright.
I have a good one.
Yeah?
Okay, if you can talk to the version of you from a year ago, what are you going to tell them to not do?
I would tell them.
You only get one thing.
I would tell myself to stop working on the project that I was just banging my head against the wall. Like, I would tell myself to stop earlier, because once I was like, you know what, I'm just going to put this aside until I'm really ready to work on it, I was just banging my head against the wall for 6 months. And once I did that, all these other things opened up. So if I could go back in time and give myself one message besides like what, invest in whatever, I would say, I would have done that earlier. Okay, so Scott SD Houston says 2022 growing as a writer, 2021 the extra weight I gained. Okay, I could also vote for that. I could get on board with that goal as well. So NL says becoming my true boss entrepreneur self. And I want to leave behind the worry about everything outside my control. Oh my God, yes. And the doubt that I can't make it to my dreams. Oh my gosh, that is excellent. Oh, speaking of which, I saw a question. Hold on. I think it was you actually that asked me the question. Go back. Wait, hold on. Ray, did you ask a question earlier about traditional publishing? I think you did. So for whoever asked me the question about traditional publishing, my answer.
Ask it again. Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Is it at the top? Did you find it?
No, I was going to just say, can you just help us out and just retype it?
Yeah. So, well, I don't want to do that. So the gist of the question was, do you think I can make it, given that I have a disability? And the answer is yes, I do. Because one, we need all different voices. It's not just one kind of person that can make it in publishing. There are just like not just one kind of person can make it in science or whatever else. So if you want, and I think you had a really good idea. Like I really liked what you'd put up. If you want to do traditional publishing, and you are right, you could make more money doing indie publishing. There's a trade-off both ways. But yeah, I think you definitely could do it. So
Tamara said it was from Jennifer Brown, and I'm trying to scroll up and find it, but it's pretty high up there.
It is. All right, Jennifer, if you can repost it. I'm sorry. I just had oh crap, I meant to answer that. And then I can't find it. Like I have gone like all the way back through.
I have a great idea. Why don't we post-it note that question? And it can be the topic that you have on Wednesday stream. Because you have a really diverse group of people that are on the stream and join the stream in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, on Wednesday we will we'll address that. But the short answer is yes, I totally think you can do it. All right, Ray says, what am I looking for? Enjoying the time I have to write, treating and turning my writing into a business. Leave in 2021 migraines. Oh my God, yes, that too. Started a preventative a couple of months ago. Is it working? And do tell in the comments if you don't mind, or you can DM me on like Instagram or something.
If it's not invasive.
If it's not invasive, as a fellow migraine sufferer, I will tell you, I used to be on Imitrex, which I cannot be on because it was like worse than the migraine. I would literally be comatose for like 15 hours, which does not work if you have, children and responsibilities. And I did have like several years ago, I did like the Botox where it's like 1,000 shots. It's so many. They do it like in the back of your neck. That actually really helped, but I have not done anything like that like since the pandemic. So if you're sharing, I would love to hear about it because I'm always looking for something that's not awful. Okay, so NL Heiser says, what?
Before you get carried away, you've only got 5 minutes left.
I want to get through I want to get through comments.
Okay, I'm just being your timekeeper.
I appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna go. Here we go. JC says, "I'm looking forward to thriving." I think this is such a great way to end, though. Great job, Barrett. JC says, "I'm looking forward to thriving and not just barely surviving." Oh my God, yes. And what I want to leave behind in 2022, all of my self-doubt that sometimes creeps in. JC, you are awesome and we love you and you have a ton of support and a ton of people who believe in you. And I hope that you do leave behind that self-doubt in 2022 that you were feeling in 2021. I think that we were all feeling in 2021. You know, the ground was unsteady for us, has been unsteady for us for a long time. So I think we are all ready to just move forward and be ourselves. All right, Aphrodite is, she says she wants to stop starting and switching projects. It's hard for me because I have so many things I want to get done. I feel that. But I feel like running out of time. I got to stop doing that to myself because nothing actually gets done. I actually knew what you meant before you got to the end. Thank you. I'm only now to Tamara's. Hold on. I'm going to try and get through everybody. Mary's looking forward to getting back on track and back into writing, leaving behind worrying that history is going to repeat itself. Right? You know what? I had a very wise car mechanic who was an old Southern man who I loved to death. He was just a lovely human being. And he always used to say that worrying is just borrowing trouble. And I think that it's so true, right? You don't need that. You don't need that trouble. You don't need that. You're experiencing the same thing if you're worrying something is going to happen. So be prepared if it does, but don't spend too much juice on that. Don't spend too much energy. All right, Heather's got it. 2021, leaving behind emotional baggage and the resulting weight. All of us are going to be like eating carrot sticks during the live stream. 2022, learning and growing as a person, mom, editor, writer, and artist. Good job. Very, very good job. NL says, let's all make 2022 our goal-crushing year. Yes, I am all for that. Okay, Jennifer says, 2021, the universe took care of taking things away from me. So in 2022, I'm going to work on making myself a better version of myself. Very nice. I love that. That's absolutely amazing. All right. Oh, she told me. Ray says, affects her. All right. I'm going to try that. Thank you. Hold on. I need to screenshot this so I won't lose it in the chat. And everybody smile. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Heather says, JC, I get that self-doubt. I think everybody did that. Jennifer, thank you so much for the question. We'll go into more detail on it on Wednesday. I'm sorry that if I did not have enough time to answer, but yes, I absolutely believe that you can do this. So, yeah.
I'm gonna put a reminder to re-ask you that.
God bless you, Carol. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, we are at the end of our goals, and I think that's fantastic timing because here we are at 9:59, and JC says it creeps in at the worst times too, and isn't that the truth? But you guys, we believe in you, and I think one of the best things that you can do is talk about it with other writers because we all feel that at one time or another. And I think it helps to kind of normalize it. Like, instead of feeling like it's this crushing thing, that you can go like, okay, everybody goes through this in some form or another, and, sort of let that just float on by. But I'm so glad that you guys are all here today, and that everybody has such amazing goals. We're all going to have great 2022s. I can feel it. I can just feel it in the air, right? It's like electric this year. I can definitely feel it.
Make this year your bitch. Do it.
Right? SD says, awesome goals, everybody. I wish. Absolutely. Barrett, great question. Oh my God, StreamYard, you're killing me tonight. Thank you. Barrett, great question. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are so awesome. We love you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ray says, I forget about the time difference. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much. Tamara, you are awesome.
Are you ever going to get your super glad thing? When are you going to do your super glad hashtag?
Hashtag super glad.
When are you going to do this?
Right? I feel like I need a little merch this year. I need to be giving away super glad t-shirts on the stream. All right. You guys are awesome. We really love you. So we will be back Caro, when's our next stream? It'll be over on your channel.
Yes. It's going to be on my channel. We are going to have it on, I think it's the 6th. That is confirmed. We will be having, yep. So we're going to have it on my channel on the 6th. Why is my screen looking weird? All right, anyway. So
BOOZY PLANNER-O-RAMA, 8 p.m. Eastern time on February the 6th, which is Sunday, as always, over on Caro's channel. She will put hers up way earlier than I put mine up, and I hope you guys can all make it. You are awesome. I just want to say thanks to everybody because now we're at 10:02. Sky, thank you so much for being here tonight. You are awesome as always. Caro, heart. Thank you guys so much.
You want us to do our outros before you?
I do want you to do your outros. Let's let Sky go first. Thank God I have you to keep me on track, Caro, because otherwise I'd be like, okay, Scott, like literally, you guys, not even a half a glass. I started like here. This is how much. I'm just a cheap date. I think we all know that by now. Okay.
You're not cheap. Stop that. Oh my goodness.
I'm not, right? I don't drink very much, but it's not cheap. Okay.
Wait, Sky, save us.
Thank you for having me. I'm Sky. It was very confusing seeing ST Houston over the chat because I was like, wait, I am also SD because I am a fantasy author who does mainly paranormal romance unnamed SD Haggis. And I do YouTube videos and I write stories, and I have no idea what the heck I'm doing with my life right now. It's just all up in the air at the moment. So that's me. I got nothing else. I'm sorry.
You're awesome, and what you've got is plenty. So thank you very much for being here. Caro Brown, tell us all about you and your awesome channel.
Hello, my name is Caro Brown. I am an urban fantasy and a tarot card enthusiast. I wrote those books over there on the wall if you're interested, and you can find those over on my channel too if you're interested. My channel is mostly about writing with me sharing my weird obsession with tarot cards. So if that's something that you're into, you can find that there. I came here today to plan out actually my YouTube videos, and I'm feeling pretty confident about those. Because I did get some messages from you guys about the one that's coming out on Tuesday. I just went ahead and published it now for you guys. So if you want to go see the January tarot overview, that's out there for you guys to go ahead and grab. So, yeah, so that's me. Thanks for having me and letting me redirect you as necessary.
Thank you for redirecting me. I really appreciate that. So I'm Lisa Daly. I'm a traditionally published, actually I'm a hybrid author now. Woohoo! And on my channel, we talk about how to write a book you're super proud of and get it published. And we, of course, do our Wednesday writing sprints every Wednesday right here on my channel, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. You guys are fantastic. Definitely go check out the video over on Caro's channel and find out whether or not your goals and dreams are going to be coming true in January. I love those tarot readings. Like, they're just my favorite. I just love them. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Everybody, we're so grateful to have you guys here. You are the best. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. I can't turn off StreamYard. All right, here we go. Bye.